30 days ago, Joshua Cassara's Doctor Doom cover had folks buzzing with that red Hulk reflection, sparkling serious speculation. 60 days back, Mark Spear's gritty Spawn variant flew off the shelves with its dark, detailed artwork. And 90 days ago, Omega Men #3, first appearance of Lobo, topped the charts as fans kept their eyes on possible live-action debut featuring Jason Momoa. These past picks show how one good cover or a bit of buzz can still shake up the market. It's time for 30, 60, 90 Look Back. There we go. 30, 60, 90. This is the part of the show where we look at the books that came out 30 days ago, 60 days ago, and 90 days ago through the cover prices list. We always go back a month, 2 months, 3 months, and we see it. As we see here, these were the three books that were number one in cover price 30 days ago, 60 days ago, 90 days ago, give or take a day or two. We'll start with you, Shane, because I always ask you the question, Shane. Your immediate thoughts of what you see there.
So we talked about this first cover a lot. I love this cover, store exclusive, so it's a little bit harder to get. The Spawn, it's a Spears cover. I love this cover. It's on its way to me right now, graded, because we've been talking. I've been waiting for a 9.8. I've got my fingers crossed. It's a 9.8. I'm not cheating. I'm not looking. I'm just going to open them up on the channel and see what they are. And then Omega Man #3, you just gave this one away. What are you even thinking?
Yeah, we just gave it away.
What are you thinking?
No, it's still there because I reached out to him, but he hasn't responded. But then I'm sure I'll get to Daniel. All right, Scotty, your immediate thoughts when you look at these three.
A lot of hype around Doctor Doom right now. So that's a pretty cool cover, the Red Hulk. I don't have it in my collection. It's a hot one. I don't know, man. It's not something I'm after either, though. But the Spawn I actually have in my collection. That's actually an early Mark Spears cover. And really cool. I love it. I think that he absolutely killed that. I think some of his covers are better than others, and I think that's one of the really good ones, to be honest. And I dig his work. I like what he's doing. The Omega Man, that's obviously first appearance of Lobo. That's been a hot book for a little while. We continue to see it come back to the Hot 10 list. It's a reoccurring book, and I think we'll continue to see it as we get more news and the movie comes out and everything, and we see Lobo on the big screen. And I like it. I think it's a great book. I own it in my collection. It's not the logo. It's not the version of Lobo that everybody wants to see. It's an earlier version. It's an awesome though, man. It's really cool.
Awesome. Look at the figures starting with 30 days ago. 30 days ago was Red Hulk #1. This is the PX Previews exclusive. This came out in 2025 from Marvel Comics. On March 3rd, week one, it was $173 at a 9.8. That was the top weekly sale. 76 units were sold during that time. The raw near mints were $69. The graded with $173 and a 9.8, which is pretty much the same book that was there. As of today, the book last sold for $56 at a near mint. However, in the 30-day period, 98 copies have sold. The raws have dipped to $53 near mint, while the graded copies actually dipped also to $126. The highest known sale of this book was $173 at 9.8, and that was in February 26th of 2025. And I looked at the census count. That 9.8 is the only one that exists right now.
Wow, that's cool. This is one of those books that I think we're going to see, when you go to cons in the summer. It's going to be up there probably for like $250. Well, Canada anyway.
Yeah.
And it's a great cover. Like, it looks great. So
yeah. Scott, you got anything else to say about it?
Oh, I agree with Shane. I do think it's one, because like this previous year at the local cons that I was hitting, you're seeing a lot of Doctor Doom stuff anyways. Doctor Doom covers were hot, and I think they'll continue to be hot. And I agree with Shane. It's a cool book. It's not a book on my list that I'm looking for, but it is a cool book if you're hunting for it. But I'll probably wait on it though. Honestly, if you're gonna, if you're out to get this book, I'd wait. I'd wait a little while.
I've been to several conventions already since this book's arrival, and I've yet to have seen it. So I'm not sure how rare this book really is. Based on that sales volume, there is a good chunk of them. I just don't know how many they exist. I think that's maybe it might be limited to 1,000 or something like that. I don't know the actual number, but I think it is limited. So this might be a book that if we do get like a Red Hulk Doom moment, then I could see this book climbing up the charts even more. As of right now, it's, it was just off of Red Hulk showing up in Captain America. That movie's gone. It's in the past.
Right.
At that same time, we also had more information about Doomsday being recorded. So that also kind of brought it in as well. Today, again, it's been a month. And now it's like, okay, now it's cooling off. We're not seeing it on the list, but it's still selling. 98 copies within the last 30 days is pretty good.
And
so there you have it.
Sorry, Izzy. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I was just going to add that this series, Benjamin Percy on writing, it's been pretty good. Pretty good first couple of issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the series just started. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at the book that was hot 60 days ago, and that was Spawn 356 for Image Comics. This book came out in 2024, February 3rd. This had a top weekly sale of $40 at a 9.8. 33 copies were sold during that week. Raws were going for $31 near mint, while the graded copies were $56. As of today, it sold for $28 at a no grade on April 5th. The 60-day sale period was 104 copies sold. Raws are going for $20 now. The grade it's only up by $1 at 9.8. The last highest known sale of this book was $60 at a 9.8, and that was January 17th. And currently, there's 44 copies in the census.
I believe that.
Scotty, I'm going to go with you first.
Tell
me what you love about this cover.
Oh man, the colors, just everything pops. It's just a great Spawn cover. He killed it, and I think this is his first. I was just looking it up to try to figure it out, but I do believe this is his first Spawn cover. Man, he knocked this one out of the park.
This is his first. This is his first cover with Spawn.
Okay.
It is not his first Spawn cover.
Oh, okay. But man, he knocked it out of the park though, and it's one I have in my collection. I am a Mark Spears collector. I enjoy collecting stuff. I wouldn't say I'm a fanatic. I've slowed down a little bit. But dude, I totally understand why people want to snag his covers. He's a great artist. He deserves to be where he's at.
Yeah. Shane, I'm gonna go to you as well. We talked plenty of times ad nauseum about this book, right? Over and over and over. And we're at 60-day period, so I know we're not finished with this book.
Yeah.
So talk to me about your take now.
I agree with Scotty. Like this is like when we talked about the Green Lantern cover, we looked at that one. We're both kind of like, I really like the background. I think it looks good from that way, but there's just something awkward about the Green Lantern part. But this one is a home run. Like it's an amazing, really great, like cool position, cool perspective. And when you see this in person, if you haven't, look at it because it looks really cool in person too.
It does.
Yeah, I've seen this one present. I remember I called you about it when I was in King Con. I was like, "Hey, I found the book. If do you need it?" He was like, "No, I have a copy," and took care of it. And he was, remember I told you he was selling it for $19.99. I was like, "Dude, sell it for $20, man. Who's gonna give you the 99 cents, right?" But for at the time, a $20 book, based on what I'm seeing now, is very affordable. One of the things I took notice with this is we all know that the cape is kind of a living entity in Spawn. And for some reason, I kind of feel it in this image.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys agree with me or disagree on it, but I kind of feel that living entity in the cape here.
Yeah, you can see the energy coming off of the cover. I agree.
Mm-hmm. Of course, the lightning bolt's also a nice little touch to it. Definitely one of his better pieces, of course. Not to say that his other pieces aren't good, but like we said, the Green Lantern one, it's probably because it's a 1 in 25. But man, those monster covers or something,
Oh,
Spawn's
man.
coming. I can't wait to see what Spawn 77 is going to look like.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
for
that's
sure.
going to be exciting.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's go with our book that was hot 90 days ago. That was Omega Men 3. This book came out in 1983 for DC Comics on January 6th, week 1. This sold for $400 at 9.8. During that week, 186 units were sold. Raws were going for $96 near mint, while graded copies were going for $404 at a 9.8, and those were the fair market values. As of today, $51 for a 6.0 was sold on April 4th, and 90-day period was 356 copies. That's actually really good numbers there. $98 for a near mint, so the price went up a bit. It dropped in the 9H to $337. However, this is, like we said, this is one of those books that keep bouncing back and forth. The highest sale of this book happened on January 3rd in 2023, $554 at a 9.8. Now, this is a book that has a high census count. There's currently 10,830 copies in the census for this book. Shane, I'm going to go with you first.
Yeah, and we've talked about this, and this is one of those things that you can see in the monthly show that happens with us. It's not rare, right? Be patient.
Yeah.
Like this book is going to have a lot of ups because if the trailer is good, if the appearance is good, then it's just going to keep notching it up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really want this book, if you're a huge Lobo fan, you're best to wait till like 2 weeks after whatever the movie is, and it'll start to come down a little bit, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Shane. If at this point, wait it out. I'm glad that I picked up all the Lobo keys before the news was announced and everything. But yeah, at this point, I would wait. But it's a classic book, man. It's one that it's a staple DC character. It's a badass character. It's definitely a book that everybody needs in their collection, and it's a classic out of the three. But yeah, wait it out. Wait it out if you don't have it.
I agree. I think this is one of those books that, especially right now, this is going to sound crazy, but there's a movie in theaters right now called Minecraft. How is that related to Lobo? It has Jason Momoa in it. So that means Jason Momoa is in the spotlight. If Jason Momoa is in the spotlight, Lobo's in the spotlight. There's that connection there. So therefore, people are going to be like connecting to it because they're going to constantly be reminded about that. Once you don't see him for a while, because right now he's filming the movie. He's out. I think they're filming in Europe or something, in London or something like that, the movie. So they're filming Supergirl right now as we speak. So he's out there doing his part. He's Lobo right now as we speak. Will we ever get leaked photos? Who knows? Possibly. There's always a chance, right? But if he's not in the spotlight, then it might be a good opportunity to say, now I might want to pick this up. Now might be the time. Because come next year, this book is going to climb up. That $554, I honestly don't think that's going to last. Because that is tremendously low for a book of this caliber. But the census count being as high as it is actually makes this book less in that way, if that makes sense.
I mean, it's 42 years old, so
yeah, it's not going anywhere, right?
Don't remind me, Scotty. Don't remind me.
Trust me, I got a reminder a couple days ago, Shane.
Yeah, that's right too.
All right, so there you have it, guys. That's the 30, 60, 90 look back. These are, again, I like this. Notice we have a Marvel, we have a DC, and we have an Image. I like it when the list looks like that.
Yeah.
Little love from all the companies.
Nice balance.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying there? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more comic content. Check out these other videos for even more insight, and I'll see you at the next one. Excelsior.